Yeah, everybody, thanks for joining us this afternoon. Well, afternoon here, so good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to our Discover Redox presentation. My name is Julie Watts and I've been with ASEA for 5 years. I'm a triple diamond with the company and I live on the beautiful Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Australia. ASEA has truly changed my life in more ways than one, just as it has the other people that you're about to hear from this afternoon. So our webinar is in 3 sections. We have the ASEA Redox Breakthrough with Stevie Aquilina. Then we have a very powerful testimonial from the amazing Dan Doyle. Then a little bit about the opportunity from Stevie, and then some Q&A at the end. Please put some questions in the chat if you have, or at the end, Stevie can even unmute you if you would like to talk. So without any further ado, I'd really like to introduce Stevie Aquilina. So Stevie and Sarah are platinum executives with ASEA. They homeschool their 4 boys on the beautiful Gold Coast in Queensland, not too far from me, a couple of hours. They are absolute passionate, well-known and well-loved leaders in ASEA, and everybody knows them. And they truly are committed to ASEA's mission to better people's lives and be a force for good in the world. And they really do live by that motto. I think Stevie's been in ASEA about the same time that I have, and he says, just as I do, that it's probably the best decision that they ever made in their entire lives. So without further ado, I would like to hand over to Stevie.
Hey, Julie, thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. And yeah, it's a great honor to be here with you. You're an exceptional lady, a tremendous leader, and a bright, shining triple diamond that the whole world looks up to. And so I should be giving you an introduction, not the other way around. And so I'm very glad that I get to work so closely with you, and thank goodness for Zoom, right? That can still bring us all together in times where physically we have to be so far apart, even though you're only a couple of hours away.
That's right.
Yeah. So thank you very, very much. And thank you, everyone. I appreciate you and your time. That is incredibly valuable. And so I'm incredibly grateful that you've decided to spend your time with me, because if it was money that you'd spent here to be here, and you haven't, but if you did and you didn't like what I had to say, I would just give you your money back, but your time's non-refundable. So again, thank you very much for choosing to spend that time with us, and we don't intend to waste it. We intend to pass on information to you that is incredibly important, because the impact it is having in people's lives is incredibly deep. 6 years ago, this information was first handed to me, and it's been high priority ever since to bring it to everybody's attention, not just to my loved ones, but giving them the opportunity to spread it out to their loved ones as well. When you see how significant this information is, you will feel, well, you may feel compelled, just like I was, to get this out to everyone who is significant to you in your life. So without further ado, let's jump into this. As Julie said, my name is Stevie Aquilina, and originally, in case you couldn't tell by my Crocodile Dundee accent, oh, my screen's not moving. In case you couldn't tell by my Crocodile Dundee accent, I am from Australia. Originally, my family and I are from Sydney. But now we live on the Gold Coast, and that was a dream come true when we could make that happen. We're minutes from beautiful beaches, mountains, rainforests, coastal cities, theme parks. We love it. I'm very blessed and very grateful with an income, time and freedom that allows me to enjoy a great lifestyle with my family. It's also taken us to many parts of the world that were once way too far out of my reach, to be honest with you. But the good vibes and good times have not always been the case. I was a difficult child to bring up, parent and school. I never made the grades. I was an underachiever and a bit of a weirdo, as you can probably see in some of those photos. And I was often told I was stupid and useless. And I guess when you're told something often enough, especially while you're young and impressionable enough, you kind of start to believe it. So later I became a teenage runaway and a high school dropout. And with that kind of thinking, I walked myself way off track on life's journey throughout my teens and 20s. And I mean way off track. I had more than 20 different jobs in less that time. For over a decade, I was a very dumb but very good-looking bouncer in what used to be the most popular nightclubs in Sydney. No, okay, I'm kidding about the good-looking part. Not about the dumb part, though. And that's the PG version. I had big dreams. I wanted to be, do, and have more. I really wanted to give more, actually. But I had little self-esteem, so I'd done little with my life and had little to give. Physically, I've always been athletic, even to right now, this day, mainly in martial arts. But back then I had health troubles, autoimmune disorder, inflammatory issues, severe skin, respiratory and gut conditions most of my life. Lots of bad injuries, pretty hardcore martial arts. And financially, I got myself stuck in go nowhere jobs, hopes going nowhere, no prospects, no financial security, no financial dignity. I mean, embarrassingly broke. I mean, behind. I've had electricity, gas and phone all cut off. Not able to run my car on anything more than petrol fumes because I just couldn't afford anything more. And I've not been able to make the rent. I've been evicted. All of this has happened to me several times, unfortunately. Embarrassingly broke, I mean no financial dignity. I always believed in possibilities, but I doubted my potential. And so I was trapped, unfulfilled, unhappy, frustrated, unable to be who I wanted to be. Now, there are some fortunate things, of course, that happened in my life too. It's not all doom and gloom. Now, one of the most significant things was first I met the girl of my dreams. And right then and there, more than ever before, I was motivated to become more. She believed in me and told me that I was more. And I guess when you're told something often enough, right? Now, a second great thing is I was introduced to this great company with its life-changing breakthrough, life-changing opportunity, and life-changing training. The company leaders are extremely successful people. You've got two of them here today. I'm not included. And they believed in me too and taught me how to believe and become more. And so today, instead of having health and wealth problems, I've solved them and I get to solve them for others because of this life-changing breakthrough. Instead of financial insecurity and indignity, I have security and dignity because of this life-changing opportunity. And instead of being trapped, unfulfilled, unhappy, frustrated, I now have more with the ability to believe and become more and give more because this company's training has shown me a life-changing better way. And now I would love nothing more than to better people's lives in at least one of any of these life-changing ways too. And so what I'm going to share with you first is the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime, a life-changing breakthrough that medical experts say is a very big breakthrough, greater than the discoveries of DNA or penicillin. And they were medical changing breakthroughs. For 2 decades, science had declared that this was impossible. And yet this breakthrough has enormous potential, proven by renowned universities and world-leading laboratory medical studies, not woo-woo stuff, medical science. A very advanced breakthrough, 15 years ahead of its time. Any health goals, challenges, or problems you can think of, remarkable results. And drug companies wanted it shut down. More about that a little later. Before I tell you what this is, let's be clear about what this is not, because this is nothing like anything else you've ever seen before. What we'll be talking about goes well beyond drugs or nutrition, well beyond any type of ingredients or technology you already know about. Because what I'm about to show you is an entirely new frontier in science. It's truly groundbreaking and a category-creating healthcare breakthrough. The ASEA Redox cell signaling technology is a drink that contains active redox signaling molecules. What are those? Well, redox signaling molecules are made by your cells, so they're made within your body. So they are native to your body. They are your cellular messengers that affect your cell-to-cell communication and therefore your cell-to-cell operation, and therefore all of your body's systems and functions and operations, all the way down to your genetic expression in a positive way. Redox signaling is a remarkable process because it is the actual process that empowers your body to heal itself by telling your cells how to protect healthy cells, repair unhealthy cells, and replace damaged cells. So that's actually how your body regenerates its own tissue. Like I said, heal itself. Redox signaling molecules also activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection. Look, the bottom line is redox signaling is what keeps cells functioning and healing, and therefore our body functioning and healing at optimal levels. Why is this so important? Because we're all made of cells. Every single part of us, we live and die at the cellular level. Healthy cells, healthy body, healthy life. So redox signaling molecules are the keys to life because they are essential for the activation and function of our normal physiology. All of our body's major systems, biochemical and physiological processes critically depend on redox signaling, because if all of your cells were to suddenly stop making redox signaling molecules right now, you wouldn't live longer than just a few more seconds. Without your redox signaling molecules, life ends. So if our bodies already make redox signaling molecules, why do we need to give our bodies more? And it's true, when we're born, we do make an abundance of redox signaling molecules. That's generally why children have so much energy, how they can run around all day and not wake up sore the next one, and how they can bounce back so quickly from an injury or illness. However, as we age, along with poor diet, stress, toxins, and all sorts of other environmental assaults, our cells break down, and our body's ability to make redox molecules breaks down too. Without as many of these redox signaling molecules giving clear cell instructions and signals, our whole cellular protection and healing process that we just discussed becomes slow and inefficient. Our cells break down more and more, and so does our health, wellness, youth, and vitality. ASEA takes science seriously, and so is highly committed to ongoing research with renowned universities and world-leading laboratories, allowing these outside and independently reviewed studies to prove the potential of ASEA redox signaling supplements, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the ASEA redox products, certifying them as safe and effective in every body. And ASEA is within a very real and significant space of science. Redox is based in Nobel Prize winning research. Since the first Nobel Prize was awarded to these three professors back in 1998 for the first discovery of redox signaling molecules, there have now since been multiple Nobel Prizes awarded for research in this field. If you went along to pubmed.gov, a website where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published, and if you typed in redox signaling in the search bar there, you would see well over 33,000 results. There are now more than 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling, and this slide will already be out of date with around 150 studies coming out almost every single month. And so according to medical researchers, as well as reported in the Huffington Post, redox signaling is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. There are now multiple universities who've received tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up redox research centers. There are now global medical conferences and congresses being held about redox. Medical doctors are specializing in redox, with one such professor, a doctor at Harvard Medical School, who has a PhD and title that includes Director of Redox Medicine, and ASEA is already light years ahead. ASEA redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits, which translates to health at its most foundational level. And here's just one example. ASEA redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect genes that improve immune system health, help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity, improve gut health and digestive enzyme production, and modulate hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. These genes are key in the health of every individual and play a vital role, not just in the 5 mentioned human health areas, but also in dozens of additional genetic pathways. Now, moreover, ASEA redox has also been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. Further studies show that ASEA lowers oxidative stress. The head professor of this university study saying that one of the most important effects of ASEA on disease risk factors is its ability to reduce oxidative stress. Now that is significant because all degenerative health conditions are caused by oxidative stress. And from rigorous toxicology studies, ASEA is proven to be 100% safe, 0% toxicity. Why? Because redox signaling molecules are native to your body. They're already in you, remember? Your body already makes them. It's just that now your body can't make as much of them as it used to when it was younger and or healthier. And so if you have health challenges, or if you have people that you care about who do, if you have a wish that you could look, live, and feel young once again, if you have a goal of having, if you have the very good sense for protecting your health because you don't want to become old and unwell, if you have goal of having higher levels of human performance, greater athleticism, better in sport, bigger and stronger in the gym, any health goal you can think of, Redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results, but you don't need to take my word for it. Here are some medical doctors. Let's listen to what they have to say.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. So what can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it, and people need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants, and the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries, but now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies, and this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
So now that we've spoken about cellular health from the inside out, let's show you what's possible from the outside in. And that's made possible by ASEA's topical versions of Redox technology. They are Renew 28 Redox Gel and our intensive redox serum. These redox technologies are supported and enhanced by their complementary all-natural ingredients products, our gentle refining cleanser and our ultra replenishing moisturizer. But a picture is worth 1,000 words. So let's just show you what our ASEA redox technologies are worth with these amazing health, anti-aging and age reversing results. Lines and wrinkles are smoothed out. Elasticity comes back to the skin. Skin blemishes, spots, dots, marks, inflammations, irritations, aggravations, other signs of poor health to the skin, being rejuvenated, being renewed, improving the quality of life. Even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions coming back to the proper surface of the skin. This is Rosie. The dramatic difference you're seeing in the first two pictures on the left could not be seen by Rosie because Rosie did not take those pictures. Rosie actually believed that the products were not working. Rosie went to see her doctor. That's who told her about ASEA and who took these pictures. And when Rosie told that doctor that the products did not work, the doctor showed Rosie these pictures, and I guess the rest of the story can be seen here, right? Everyone says they want to see how ASEA goes, but Rosie missed the changes because she didn't take the photos and she didn't get to see how it goes. So take pictures. That's how you see how it goes. Now, some people notice results very quickly, like Rosie, relatively in 7 weeks, and other people in 7 days. And most people can have an experience in around 7 minutes. I'm not kidding. However, some people need to apply more product, more time, more patience, generally when there's more going on with their health, right? What we know scientifically is that redox molecules are redox molecules. They're all the same in you, in me, in animals, in plants, in bottles of ASEA. Studies show that ASEA redox products have an immediate positive effect. They work in every single person, every single time. It would be scientifically impossible for them to not work in you or hurt you. But what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the change. Speaking of noticing the change, look at this photo very carefully. This doctor did a little experiment of his own on his very own face and used Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Can you spot the difference? Once you see it, you can't unsee it. But it's not just for your face, as you can see here. Arm, hand, belly, more bellies here. Buttocks, thighs, and all over. These pictures are actually from a study from a world-leading laboratory. The study was done because there were many stories coming in from all over the world of people saying that their cellulite had disappeared while using Renew 28. So scientists set upon double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trials to see, was there any truth to these stories? What they found was after just 12 weeks, there was a 16% reduction in the appearance of cellulite. And when the scientists did ultrasounds to try and discover how this was happening, they saw that the subcutaneous fat that was causing the cellulite was actually being dissolved from the use of Renew 28. So Renew 28 helps reduce the appearance of cellulite and wrinkles, enhancing skin texture, smoothing the skin, not just for visibly younger looking skin, but visibly healthier skin. Renew 28 helps soothe skin discomfort after things such as perhaps shaving or sun exposure. But Renew 28 is not just for the skin. It helps soothe discomfort around the body, and you can know about it in about 10 minutes. If you have some discomfort around your body, rate that discomfort on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the most discomfort, the most it can hurt you. Apply Renew 28 on that sore spot 3 times within 5 minutes, and usually 9 to 10 out of every 10 people will notice a soothing or reduction of discomfort within approximately just 10 minutes. Now, nothing I've said here today has been intended to diagnose anything that you're going through, and ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. Now, some of the photos and science that we've heard has been impressive, I'm sure, but let's hear from someone now and a redox experience that's going to really punctuate that and give it a strong exclamation mark. So I'll hand it back to you, Julie, if that's okay, so we can hear from our special guest today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Stevie, for your wonderful explanation of redox. I love the way you do that. It's fantastic. So thank you so much. Now, next guest is the amazing Dan Doyle. Dan has built and sold many traditional businesses. And life was going absolutely wonderful for him and his lovely wife, Suzanne. And then life sent him a really nasty curveball, which you're going to hear about shortly, which totally changed his life. But today they live in beautiful Hawaii, have a wonderful life. Dan is an ambassador triple diamond with our company and one of the very, very top income earners in the company, and all because it started with his health, which happens a lot with us here, doesn't it? So thank you, Dan.
It does, it does. Julie, you got an amazing story too. And yeah, I think it took a while for you to actually engage and start doing something just in regards to sharing this with people and building the business. But everything came together sort of at once. And you had to do it, I suppose. I mean, you saw the light, but I know I'm sure that we've got a few people on the call. If you don't mind, I'd love to hear your story first.
Cool. All right. Do you want me to share my pictures, or you don't want to look at
Yeah,
them?
while you're sharing, I'll just let everybody know that. Yeah. I mean, I'm prepared.
I'll see if
It's
I
all
can
good.
share my
You've
screen.
got to prepare everybody else. Just hopefully you're not having dinner at the moment, guys. This is some pretty graphic photos. But Julie's an incredible leader. She has achieved triple diamond in this business and helped thousands and thousands of people in many, many countries around the world. And all started with this little story.
Cool. Okay, guys. So basically, this is a picture of me, and it's not about this particular disease. I had this disease quite a long time ago, but it is about what the treatment for this disease actually did to my immune system. So prior to that, I'd had also a lot of abnormal cells, not only internally, but externally. They'd been cut out of every part of my body. And after the treatment for this nasty disease, they just got a lot worse because my immune system was so compromised from that treatment. And as you can see here, many previous removals, and then of course my nose and more out of my cheek, which had already had bits taken out of. And while that nose was actually healing up, they took more out of here because I had more issues, and the doctor actually couldn't stitch that up. He broke the sutures 3 times trying to stitch that up. So then we had to move on because there was no skin left. Just took it all out. Then we had to move on to different types of treatments like this. So this is one treatment that you apply as a cream, and wherever there are abnormal cells, it reacts. And I had this treatment on several occasions. And then this was the last one, which is a similar thing, but a different drug. So it's another cream, and it was applied to my whole face. And you can see where it skips all the scars and things where things have already been cut out. Yeah, so this one was my chest and my whole face. And I'm really grateful for this and for going through this, to be honest, which sounds really crazy, but it's true, truly true, because it was this that had me introduced to ASEA. So, you know, there was lots of other things that I had done to my skin over time, and all literally from having abnormal cells. So I'll just stop my share and go on with that story so I don't have to look at that. So yes, I'm very, very grateful to have gone through some of that because it really did have me introduced to ASEA. I got a phone call. Somebody said I really needed to know about the Renew 28 gel that Stevie talked about. And I listened, and it totally, totally transformed my life. I made the silly mistake of not sharing it for 12 months. Like, I just used the product. And I wish now, what I know now, I wish I'd started straight away. But for some reason, I had another job, and, you know, and eventually things started to downturn for us financially as well. And ASEA was kind of our lifesaver there as well. So it not only has changed my health, but totally changed my wealth. Like, after working for 40 years to retire, what we thought was going to be comfortably, our property portfolio just plummeted because of where it was, and we were really left in a bad situation, and where everyone in our town was going bankrupt, and we were real estate agents. We were just working for the banks on mortgagee sales, which is not fun, I can tell you. And I started to build the ASEA business then, and I did it part-time while I was working full-time in a very stressful, very long-hour job. And it's totally turned our lives around, and now I do this full-time and absolutely love it. I have my husband retired and living on a golf course on the Sunshine Coast and playing golf whenever he likes, and that was my dream and my goal, and I managed to do that thanks to ASEA. So that's my story in a nutshell, but let's hear from the amazing Dan Doyle.
Wow, you retired your husband into golf. How cool is that?
Pretty much.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I love these stories. Health journeys and financial comebacks, just amazing. Alrighty, well, I'm going to share my screen. Thanks, Julie. Thanks, Stevie, for the presentation thus far. I know we're going to come back to you shortly. and have a little bit of chat about something that I didn't want to know about or was interested in, which is the opportunity behind ASEA. So I always like to say to people on our calls, just to relax. We're not here to sell you anything or convince you to do anything. This is simply sharing information with you. I love when people make informed decisions. It makes me and drives me crazy when people make decisions that they have no idea what they're actually making a decision about. So congratulations for staying on this call for as long as you have, and hopefully you're getting some incredible information. And if you are new to this call, I would say that the person who has invited you onto this call has handed you a gift. You know, the biggest gift that I think anybody can hand anybody is the gift of what we have, ASEA Health, and what this financial opportunity can do. Much, much bigger than that again. As a matter of fact, what we have is way bigger than Stevie, Julie, myself, or anybody. This is an incredible purpose-filled mission that we're all involved in now, a responsibility to get this to the world. So Stevie did go through the company disclaimer, which I'll reiterate before my story, that these products are not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. But as I love to say, cheekily, with long-term use of these products and sometimes even short-term use, these products are a cure for skepticism. As these guys said, we do spend a lot of time here in Honolulu, Hawaii now. We bought a place here around about 8 months ago, enjoying the islands. Used to be visitors on a regular basis, but now we can spend more time here. And growing up in Sydney, played many sports. This was one of them. I used to be a bodybuilder. I was in the health and fitness industry back in these days, a personal trainer, and multiple businesses in the industry. And I ended up moving into all different sorts of industries, building and selling traditional businesses in the construction industry, hospitality industry, very successful on the way through, employing about 3,500 people over a 20-year period, and going from the age here, 24 to 44, not a bodybuilder anymore, but still in the gym every day, doing more cardiovascular work. And at 44 here, I wanted to be the best version of a 50-year-old that I could be. But unfortunately, at this time of my life, and you can see that I'm looking pretty healthy, unfortunately, I was very, very sick, and I didn't know that. But 6 months later, got some really bad news, and this is in 2011. This is a photo of me on the right-hand side where doctors told me I didn't have one, but I had two major health challenges. And spent a lot of time in and out of a hospital in Sydney. Matter of fact, it was 2.5 years. And what I went through, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. As you can see, I lost all my hair from the top of my head to my toes. I literally wanted to die going through some of these things that they put me through. It was a horrendous time in my life. A friend of mine standing next to me, young Johnny, played the highest levels of rugby in Australia, had been through all the hospital visits that I was going through. He was in remission at this stage. After this photo was taken, his issue came back, went back into hospital, lost all his hair, lost a lot of weight, never came out. We lost him at the age of 23 years old. At the end of what I went through, my doctors told me to get my affairs in order. Very hard pill to swallow. I thought I was going to be okay. I was one of these kids that grew up, and every time we were sick, our parents took us down to the local doctor, local hospital, and they used to take care of us. So we were conditioned that that was the case. And it took me until I was sick, or till I heard that from my doctor, to get my affairs in order, for me to take the responsibility of my health back into my own hands. And that's something, that was a big lesson learned, something that you guys should be looking at. Make sure you're taking the responsibility of your health into your own hands right now. Don't leave it in the hands of your doctors. So when I was told to get my affairs in order, I did some research and moved into alternative functional and naturopaths and all these things, and went on to a really clean alkaline diet, spent a lot of money on nutritional supplements, super juices, antioxidants, alkaline water, and spent 2 years looking after myself. And you would think my body would have been heading in the right direction, but that wasn't the case. This is a photo of me 2 years looking after myself. And my blood works were still heading in the wrong direction. I was still in a lot of trouble with my health. This is 2014 now, where a friend of mine called. He said, I think I found something that can help. Long story short, I flew to Salt Lake City, Utah. And Stevie explained what this is. I started on these redox cell signaling molecules. And what happened in a very short time was just astonishing. In 3 hours, I was going through a major detox, toxins coming out of me so fast that were coming out of my skin with little red spots all over my upper torso. In 12 hours, a 20-year caffeine intolerance had gone away. Any more than 2 coffees, I'm buckled over with discomfort and bloating all day. And the second to third day, I had so much lung damage from what they put me through in that hospital. The second to third day, my lungs were functioning perfect. Went back to Australia, kept drinking this stuff in this little blue bottle. 1 year later, 2015, doctors told me no sign of those 2 major health challenges. Not only that, multiple injuries from playing sports had gone away, which were turning into that crippling issue as we get older. 20 years of pollen problems, sneezing, runny nose, whole list of things had totally gone away. My body was rebuilt top to bottom. Let's fast forward another 2 years and have a look at the anti-aging side. So 2014, this is death warmed up. This is when I was still very, very sick. And what you're seeing on the outside, what you're seeing with the way I looked, was a reflection of what was happening on the inside. 1 year on the product, and this is 2015. My outside, same, was a reflection of what was happening on the inside. And 2017, 3 years on the product, my complexion was a reflection of what was going on the inside back then. So that was my journey back to health, back to looking younger, feeling younger, and my body building and cells turning over, and all these things are still happening now with 6 years on the product. Feel absolutely fantastic, fit as a fiddle. Along the way, things evolved. I started sharing this with other people. It became a responsibility to help others. And as a result of helping others, thank goodness to the business model behind us here, which is the thing that saved my life, the company started sending me thank you checks. Now, those thank you checks I invested back into my own health. I could buy more product, saturate my body with more molecules, and get it to more damage. So I believe that this is the most compelling opportunity that we have seen and that we will ever see in our lifetime. And I came from working many, many jobs and in the corporate arena to building and selling 20 traditional businesses. I have never seen anything more compelling as far as an opportunity than this. I say that today, with what's going on around the world, that this is the perfect storm for our company, and it has been growing and growing even ever since what happened in the last 12 months. Nothing has stopped it from growing. And, we are in a very fortunate situation where everybody's looking for something for their health. And we have got the closest thing to their answer for the problem they got, a solution to any health challenge, which can help anybody, because there is, as Stevie says, a cell involved. In regards to the other half of what this can do, a lot of people are struggling financially. And this is also something that people can actually do from home. It is a true home-based business. We've proven that in the last 12 months with just doing this over Zoom and making phone calls from home. Things haven't stopped. Things will keep moving forward, and we can help people in regards to the business model that we have to take them to their goals, targets, and dreams. And with that, I'll hand back to Stevie and have a listen to the enormity of the opportunity we have with us here.
Yes, thank you, Dan. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, folks, as Dan said, this is the most compelling opportunity in the world right now. It ticks a lot of boxes. I don't have time to share all the boxes with you, but I'm going to run through quite a few of them. So look, with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity, and the greater the breakthrough, the greater the opportunity. And Asira is a life-changing breakthrough, and that's created a life-changing financial opportunity behind all of this to make a living while bettering people's lives. Asira is the world's first and only redox signaling supplement for 2 simple reasons. One, for nearly 3 decades now, no one other than just one man, Dr. Gary L. Samuelson, medical atomic physicist, has been able to figure out how to create and stabilize redox signaling molecules outside of the body. For the 2 decades before Dr. Samuelson's breakthrough work, science had declared that this was impossible. And 2, ASEA is heavily patented. But not only is ASEA not allowed to be copied, it just can't be. Because there's no way to look into a bottle of ASEA and figure out how to reverse engineer it, because the secrets to ASEA are not in the bottle. Because there are trade secrets in the making of ASEA. So it can't be copied. And that means we have no copycats. And that means we have no competition. And that means no one in the world has what ASEA has, no one. And that means no other products in the world can do what ASEA does. None of them. Because nothing else in the world can get to the depth and level of achievement in the human body as what ASEA can, because no other products in the world have Redox. Redox works in everybody. Everybody needs Redox because nothing in the body works as well or at all, in fact, without Redox. And Redox cannot hurt anybody. Now, no other product can make that claim. No juice, pill, super shake, fancy water, CBD oil, or whatever it might be. No matter how good it is, it can't get to the depth and level of achievement in the human body as what ASEA can. And those great products, as great as they may be, can't work without Redox anyway. And so ASEA holds massive opportunities across and over all health science sectors, whether it be healthcare, wellness, sports science, athletic performance, beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. These are multi-trillion-dollar industries. And again, ASEA is the only company in the world that the world can get a Redox supplement from. ASEA is an entrepreneur's dream. Our mission here at ASEA is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. We can't do that on our own, and so we look for people to help spread the word. And ASEA gives you the opportunity to earn money just by sharing Redox with others. They pay you money just by sharing Redox with others. For people looking for either an extra, part-time, full-time, big-time, or legacy living income, for people who have dreams of a better life, income, lifestyle, have a look at the screen here in the inside of these red circles, one for the US and one for Australia, monthly average incomes. There are levels of commissions to meet whatever levels of ambitions to be able to afford making your goals, dreams, and desires a reality. And ASEA helps you by helping you create income that is both residual and leveraged. So you receive a residual income, not just from the first, but from all of the ongoing repeated purchases made by everyone you refer to ASEA, month after month, year after year. And because you can tell as many people as you like, you can refer as many people as you like, the residual income potential is unlimited. And on top, you also receive unlimited leveraged residual income from all of the ongoing repeated purchases made by every single person you contact and others also refer. And there's no limits to how far and wide these referrals can go. And we do this all the time already, just like when we recommend a good movie or TV series, restaurant, cafe, book, food, homewares, beauty and health products, or whatever it might be. We do this all the time. All people tell people who then tell even more people, and it goes on and on. Word of mouth is the oldest and still today #1 most powerful and effective form of marketing in the world. There's no limits, especially with how connected the world is today. Word spreads worldwide instantaneously in most cases. And ASEA is currently in 35 countries, opening new markets every year. Based on existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed $500 million in the next 5 years. Residual income is very impressive. I mean, look at Dan and Julie's example. But more so, residual income is very important. You have residual bills. Why not residual income? Do you know what happens to most people by the time they're 65? Out of every 100 people, only 1 is wealthy. Only 3 are financially secure. 7 must still work to survive at 65, not working because they want to, working because they have to. They're a slave to the dollar. And 74 out of every 100 people are dependent on welfare by 65. Does that sound like a good retirement plan to you? What is going wrong? What's one of the main financial principles that the top 4% seem to have figured out that the other 81% didn't? It's how to make money that is no longer dependent on their paid by the hour, selling their precious time for money, own labor-intensive activity or job. JOB, just over broke, otherwise known as active income. Look, let's get serious now. Sooner or later, you will not be able to be as active as you are right now. And of course, that obviously means, therefore, you won't be able to have as much active income as you have right now. And this may even be more concerning if you're thinking, well, my active income already isn't enough as it is, and I'm saving barely anything for retirement. Look, this is one of the biggest problems that 81% of people get trapped in. Money is an excellent servant, but a terrible master. If you do not find a way to make money while you sleep, you will be a slave for money until you die. Now, I'm not saying jobs are bad. They're a great place to start for most of us. And if you truly do love your job, if you're one of the lucky 20%, because 80% of people don't like what they do. But if you are blessed, keep your job. But you know what? Still find a way to make money outside of your job that won't interfere with what you're currently doing, because still, the fact is only relying on a single source of active income is not smart and dangerous to your financial security. So many people got that punch in the face this year. Unexpectedly, unplanned, unknowingly. So for people who are smart, who've been wanting to be in the right place at the right time, who are able to recognize a good thing, who decide to take control of their finances, of their financial security, of their freedom, for people who are not happy with the amount of money that they have or how they have to make it, for people who have dreams and want a better life, the SEER is a significant opportunity to be paid a very significant residual income from significantly bettering people's lives and from the inevitable growth of this global expansion of this company to afford you those dreams and give you that real freedom. Now, there's nothing better than making a living than from bettering people's lives. And that is a very big part of what you get to do with a SEER. Who we become and what we do is the biggest reward over and above any riches it will make us. Now, you can make great money here. I'm not trying to steer away for that. That is for sure. And you can even be rewarded on top with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations all around the world and have a really great time, meeting great people, making great friends, having great experiences, and a really great lifestyle. But truly, at the end of the day, it is the effect we have on others that is one of the most valuable currencies there is. And that is the heart of a SEER. And it was demonstrated because the truth is, after big pharmaceutical companies were shown tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research and clinical studies proving a SEER, those big drug companies offered to pay huge sums of money for the sole and exclusive rights to the SEER Redox technology. However, they wanted a SEER to shut down, and the drug companies, that is, and the drug companies wanted everyone taken off Redox. But thankfully, the founders of a SEER, Virtus and his son, Tyler Norton, had the great foresight to see grave concerns and consequences in such a deal. Because Virtus and Tyler saw people who went from severe health challenges that once left them and their doctors feeling hopeless to then experiencing life-changing power from Redox. And when Virtus and Tyler saw this, they were filled with a great sense of purpose and responsibility to get this breakthrough for humanity out to the world. And so they could not in good conscience sell out. And that's why they didn't. They said no to the payout and yes to the people. You see, for Virtus and Tyler, what had once started out as just a very big business play had now become more. The SEER founders turned down the huge sum of money from big pharmaceutical companies, deciding to go the supplement route rather than the drug route in order to expedite the availability of this technology globally, making it available immediately to everyone without a prescription. And one of ASEA's foremost guiding principles was demonstrated here, as is perpetually demonstrated in every decision they make, and that is to always put people and principles before ego and economics. The ASEA founders and corporate team come from big backgrounds, up to Fortune 50 backgrounds. They're exceptionally experienced in running very big, profitable, famous, household-named companies. But their corporate soul, and they have a soul, a deep soul, and it revolves around putting people first, having an impact, making a difference, helping others to believe, belong, and become more, to be a force for good in the world. So you're in very good hands. Get back with the person who shared this with you and let them know what stood out to you the most. If you have any questions, they can point you to where you can find the answers easily. There's plenty of university studies, but most importantly, and again, is what gives this word breakthrough that we use so often here, an exclamation mark. There are hundreds of thousands of people's, real people's, life-changing redox results for you to see. We can show them to you. For you to see that ASEA is the real deal. So if you want to be happier and healthier, if you want to live younger longer, you may just want to become an ASEA customer. However, if you have greater dreams and desires, if you want to be, do, have, and able to give more, if you want to help people be happier and healthier, if you want a better life, income, lifestyle, if you want to increase the prosperity of the planet, if you want to make a difference in the world, become part of this Redox reality, and you can become more. If you'll just pass this information on for many, many others, you can better the lives of many, many others. And your life will become better in many, many ways. So by now, I hope you can see the power of these products. By now, I hope you can see the significance of this opportunity. And by now, I hope you can see how meaningful this is for humanity. And thank you very much for spending this time with me. May you always be happy and well. And thank you, Dan, and thank you ever so much, Julie, for looking after me.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much for all that you do. Just to have a quick look, guys. So we're wrapping up now. There isn't any questions in the chat box, so I hope you got something out of today's presentation. Dan and Stevie are back several times a week doing this particular presentation. I join them on Fridays, but they have other people joining them on other days. So please come back, bring more people back to learn about this incredible technology. And certainly if you're not doing it now, please think about helping us get it to the rest of the world. So